Hey everybody, it's Chris and Des Show. I'm Chris.
And I'm Des.
And we're here to talk to you about Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters now. Des, what did you think?
I loved it. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, so here's another Marvel movie where, as up till now, Spider-Man has been kind of his own thing in his own world, kind of like X-Men is its own thing in its own world, and the Fantastic Four is its own thing in its own world. Spider-Man was its own thing, but they brought it in. They brought it into the Marvel world, and this whole big thing that they've spent so many years creating is totally paid off. I think it's completely paid off for Marvel.
And part of that is that those ones you mentioned, Disney doesn't own. So they haven't been invited to the
party.
Avenger stuff because Disney owns all the Avengers. Okay. They don't own X-Men. That's Fox. Fox has ruined the Fantastic Four series.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
It was horrible.
And then Sony owns Spider-Man. So Disney didn't own them, so they weren't the great.
Disney and Sony are becoming friends a little bit about Spider-Man because it's paying off.
Thank you.
I mean, that's just smart. That's just smart for everybody. And this movie was great. There's a comic book called The Ultimate Spider-Man, I think. It's Bendis is the author of it, and I think that's kind of what this is based on, because it's a younger Peter Parker and he's in school, and I recommend this comic book series if you haven't seen it. It's been a few years since it's been, like, it's back maybe 10 years ago that it was really popular and going, but you could probably still get the trade paperbacks. But it's great Spider-Man stories, just really good. And that's kind of what this energy is similar to in this movie. I thought it was so great and it's so funny. I love that they didn't do an origin story and they just kind of assumed we knew what was going on, and so they just went from there. We didn't need to hear about how we became Spider-Man again. We got it. We know. And they just went on and had this great story. It was so fun. I totally recommend this movie. What did you think?
I agree with Des. By far, I mean, the other Spider-Man movies do not even compare. This is by far the best one. And it is partially, I don't know, Disney has a magic touch with these things. They just have money. And so they can do whatever they want. And now that Sony doesn't, there's something about, as much flack as Disney gets for being Disney-fied, they just care about their stories being a certain way. They know they have an audience that wants them to have a certain kind of story. And so that is the difference between Batman vs. Superman and the Avenger movies. The story. It's a story. They're so much better. Side note, we talk about that every time about DC and Marvel. We already know about them. Yeah. But this is by far the best one. And part of it, I think, is that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man we've ever seen.
He's so cute.
He is fantastic.
He's so cute and just the right
energy. He brings a funniness and an energy to it that's really good. And
Spider-Man.
His friend, I should have looked up his name, Jacob Batalon, who played Ned. So funny also, fantastic. Yep. The bad guy is Michael Keaton, and he just seems like a bad guy. Michael Keaton seemed like a bad guy. Right? But Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is there, so Disney let them use him. And Chris Evans is also in a few scenes as Captain America. Make sure you stay till the very end of the credits. You know, that's Marvel's thing now, is to do the extra stuff at the end. Marissa Tomei, I love her as Aunt May. She's fantastic. We were talking about how that's a great person to play that part. Yes.
And a twist on that character to make her younger, and it's great.
And it fits better with this vibe of it. I like the young Spider-Man. Yes. When they were trying to make him, again, too serious and too old, stop. And Zendaya, who plays Michelle in it, is really good too. Donald Glover, Laura Harrier, all these people, they're all great. The whole cast is great. And it is a lot of fun. It is, in so many ways, it reminded me of what they did with this movie is what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, let's make it fun. Let's add some cool, like, 80s music to it.
It's a kid who has spider powers.
I know.
Come on.
Yeah. We don't need to be, like, super dramatic because it's a Spider-Man movie. And I like that. And I had so much fun. And my parents both really liked it. We took them to... I think go see for sure. You'll enjoy it. Bye.
Bye.